Good evening. Welcome to Story Reckless. Tonight we are playing Cain, where exorcists use psychic powers and sometimes a duffel bag full of knives in order to confront the physical manifestation of trauma called sins. Last week, our exorcists, Inigo, who uses she, he pronouns, Jux, who use they, them, and Cat, it, still she, it, or just it?
Still she it. Still she
She,
it.
it. Okay. Confronted the idol sin that they have been investigating for the past 24 hours. Their mission is to execute the idol. Chucks and Cat waited about half an hour for Inigo to arrive before deciding to start the ritual without him. Um, Cat twined the lock of Katie's hair around the nail of Abel and placed it in the middle of the yoga dome while Chucks was filming everything. Although some light began to funnel in, it seemed like the idol was fighting the summons. Finally, as Inigo arrived on scene, having just eaten out the idol, I guess.
It was mid.
Yes, it was mid. but Inigo doesn't know that. Inigo doesn't know that. Finally, Inigo arrived on scene, but Cat was wary and used psychometry to determine that the newcomer was, in fact, Inigo and not the shapeshifted idol. As soon as Inigo placed Katie's vision board onto the nail, a second Inigo materialized and tackled the first Inigo to the ground. In the scuffle, Inigo managed to break the idol's hand, reverting it back to Angela's, although Inigo did not escape unscathed. Cat then took a psychically imbued knife out of the duffel bag to slash through the idol's Inigo skin, and Angela's skin, and reality itself, down to the liquid gold core of it. Jux used their filter ability with the camcorder to rip out the film that shows Angela wearing Inigo's skin and ripped Inigo's image off of the idol in reality. Then a second figure materialized beside the nail of Abel. Juniper and Sequoia enmeshed in each other and wrapped in a blood-soaked linen. The exorcists were able to determine that parts of Juniper had been excised and implanted into Sequoia, and everything in Juniper was being held together solely by the idol's power. Sufficiently injured, the idol dropped its human skin and revealed itself as a blindingly bright light, a small star confined to this geodesic dome. For Inigo, however, that star sort of coalesced and morphed into a figure, the nostalgic ideal of her ex-wife, Maria. Meanwhile, Kat admired the idol Angela's work and asked for help in removing Kat's aura and implanting it into a sword. Yes. Kat, Angela was happy to oblige. And so Kat now is, the true Kat is a sword, and the human shell is a meat puppet. Is this correct?
Oh, shell's a good word for it. I was wondering how I would refer to this old vessel.
Husk?
Shell.
Shell? Okay.
Shell slash it, not she slash it.
Okay, shell. Great. Jux first tried calling out to Angela as Katie, and as if called, Katie knocked on the door at the yoga dome. Inigo led her inside to allow her to confront her manifestation. Jux then used their filter ability to dim the Lidl's light, which was blinding everybody, And this was far more effective. In retaliation, the idol threw out a net to drag Jux in. Inigo psychically attempted to push Jux out of the way, but ended up being caught in the attack, which injured the both of them in really cool anime protagonist sort of ways. Which is what Jux's eye is like. Jux is blind in one eye, and oh my gosh, what was Inigo's?
Full streak of
hair.
white hair, and I'm feeling everyone's emotions.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and my eye is the iris has turned gold, and the sclera has like golden veins.
Yes.
And I can't see through that eye. It's essentially cataract with this, whatever this is.
24K cataract.
Yeah.
Sequoia and Juniper at this point began to wake up and stagger towards the exorcists. They're both naked and bloody. Kat called Katie out for giving up on her dream because she suffered losses, but insisted that it just meant Katie wasn't strong enough to carry that dream. And told her that this is what achieving your dream looks like before turning to cut Angela in twain.
Which would be really funny to just completely whip it at that point.
Yeah. So I mean that sounds like the natural place to start.
Yes. Okay, with an action roll, I guess.
With an action roll, yeah.
Great.
Unless anybody else is trying to do something in the meantime to stop this.
Nah,
Great.
This seems like unusual but helpful.
Yes. Okay. So just a little bit more of place setting here. So Inigo still sees, instead of Angela, sees Maria. So it looks like Kat is about to attack Maria. And Jux sees, I think just Angela. Jux and Kat both just see Angela in the Angela skin. Okay.
Okay.
Attack roll?
Yes.
see it.
So using my last psyche burst, the shell lifts Kat and brings it down in a perfect cut. I guess we'll see how perfect. So that's 1d6 normally, plus 1d6 since I am using, or I'm attuned to like blades.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it.
That is it, because you're using a psychic ability, so that negates it being it negates it being hard.
Yeah. 4.
4. All right. Do you want to describe what that looks like? As you do 1 slash of damage, so it does hurt her. It goes through her. The cut is perfect.
But it's only one of her. One
Yes.
aspect. So like I just like cut some part of her away.
Mhm.
And Kat says, "You spoke of cutting all the bad parts and leaving only the good. Let's see if there's any good in the core of you. Taking you apart piece by piece."
You cut right through Angela's shell. And liquid gold starts spilling out. She screams and calls out to Katie and Juniper and Sequoia. They're like, "These imposters are attacking me! The enemy is here, and they're trying to silence me!" That liquid gold. I rolled a 4 on the risk dice, but she is threatening. So you all have a chance to try and stop what she is going. Okay. No, you don't actually. You can't stop this next part, but you can stop the consequences of what happens afterwards. So this liquid gold, all of this, the dampened, diffuse light from Angela starts to settle, and this liquid gold begins to build up with it too. And creating this structure that seems far too large to fit inside the yoga dome that you saw from outside. It still feels like you are contained within the dome, but it is growing. This is a place of unreality. Tessellating mirror triangles surround you, reaching miles above to the distant glass ceiling of the dome, and then stretching beneath you into darkness. You're standing on solid ground, but if you look down, you see a reflection of yourself, walking upside down through its own mirror maze. The two of you connected by the soles of your feet. In every direction you look, you just see these triangular mirrors, and they reflect you, but not necessarily you as you are right now. And each of those little mirrors seems to be slightly different. There are memories there, memories that you remember, and memories that aren't quite the way that you remember. Additionally, you, all of you except for Kat, if you look down, you see this sort of string coming out of your solar plexus. It's leading you forward, and it's coming out of your back behind you. And you can see the way that it sort of twists through this maze of mirrors. And you can see it leading directly into a mirror in front of you, which is an important memory. One of the first times that you felt really truly gripped by desire. This is, let's see. So at this point, it is important to say that Inigo and Katie were physically together, right? They were close to each other.
Yeah, I have my hands on Katie's shoulders,
Exactly.
facing her back.
So you can see Katie's string leading into a mirror. And all of the mirrors are of you and various things of you, except for the one that leads into Katie's mirror. And in that, you see her. You see her memory. It is... She is baffled, but she's staring at it. She can't not move forward into it. It's her. Yep.
I would like to follow her. Like, I'm going to try and keep my hands on her shoulders and follow where she's going.
Yeah, okay, of course. You see this orange string coming out of her solar plexus, but I guess it's more like a, the sort of Donnie Darko thing. She is following it forward into this mirror, and she just walks through it as a no problem. When you try and follow her, Inigo, there's a little bit of surface tension to it. You get the feeling that you can push through and enter, but it is a little difficult.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I want to stick with her.
Yeah, Okay. I'm sure. I'm going to let you do it, and I'm just going to roll a risk die for it. So you can do it for sure.
And just to be clear, really quick, to kind of set up where the rest of us are, so this space just transformed, and are we like Jux and Cat unable to now see each other because this whole space has just almost like infinitely expanded out?
Yes,
Okay.
unless you were physically next to each other,
Okay.
the way that Inigo and Katie were.
Got it.
I think this is Angela is attacked. She is defending herself.
Yeah, so she's just turned the whole palace into this abstract space. Okay, great.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts to push through this. You can do it, but you're taking some stress from it.
I have made my choice. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't a full sin, so it's half of that. So you are going to take 1 stress for this.
Okay.
Because this is a trace of a sin. So in this memory, it's you see Katie as she is as an adult, just looking at herself as a child, maybe 10 years old, missing a tooth, wearing secondhand clothes that are too large for her. She's sitting in a packed auditorium next to her mother. Katie is staring up in awe at the woman on stage. She's in a smart business suit, giving an animated lecture, her bejeweled wrist sparkling in the spotlight with every move of the laser pointer. Katie drinks in the applause and imagines that it is her on stage. She picks up her string and goes to take a seat.
Does she seem to be aware of me?
If you come into, she's in her own world right now, but as you walk in, she sort of startles a little bit, and it's like,
Katie.
Yeah.
You want this, yeah? The recognition? The feeling of confidence and competency?
Don't we all?
Yeah. I think everyone wants to feel comfortable within themselves, and that person is definitely doing a good job of communicating comfort and self-possession. Just because they look that way, though, doesn't mean they feel that. But you know about that.
Do know about that, but you fake it until you make it, right? And looking the part is really important. I never looked the part.
I don't think you needed to. I think you had it, didn't you? You just didn't recognize it. James? He loved you. He supported you in your work in what you told him you wanted. How did you feel when you were with him?
I wasn't good enough for him.
I didn't ask what you've... How did you feel when you were around him?
Loved. He did. Despite everything, he did love me.
Yeah. It's fucking miraculous sometimes. Who will love you even when they know that you're an asshole or that you're not good enough for them. I think it's easy to see things from the outside sometimes. I think it's a good thing to look at yourself through other people's eyes sometimes.
Well, you get the chance to do that. How do I look at myself through somebody else's eyes?
Here. I'm going to offer her my hand.
She will take it.
May I communicate to her what I think of her? Can I show her herself through my own eyes?
Absolutely.
Genuinely and honestly.
This sounds like a straight up connection.
Six.
Yeah. What do you want to show her?
I want to show her. Okay, this is going to be layered. I want to show her a very normal person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show her someone who is curious, or someone who is persistent and steadfast and a hard worker. I want to show her someone who isn't afraid to push both herself and other people for things she really believes in. I also want to show her someone who is hiding from herself and who has been hiding from herself through other people for a while. That maybe she didn't stay with James because he was showing her a person she didn't fully recognize, with the understanding that that person... Sorry, I need to stop listening to this music. Okay. It is often easier to push away the possibility of change in order to remain known to oneself as a victim than it is to take responsibility for your own ability to change. That it is easier to forswear any agency or responsibility to remain small and hidden and victimized. And I want her to see her relationship with James and possibly also her relationship with Helena. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Through that particular lens. And I also want her to feel the compassion that I feel for her. All of that.
You are in a place where even thinking something strongly enough, with enough grace, can make it real. She feels this with immediacy. She is seeing herself truly through your eyes, and it is eating away at Angela's control over her. That is, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is I'm gonna call that answering a trauma question. So for the next 1d3. Oh wait, okay, so you know what, I can do a d3 on here, right? There we go. Okay. So I'll roll 1d3 to reduce stress suffered by all targets for... Yeah. Okay, so you don't need to take the next stress here.
Okay.
This and now another d3 to see how many slashes. That's also 1. So there's going to be another slash on the sin. It's... You can see that Katie's string here is like, it's all orange, but inside of her, it's just this kind of bitter red. And from within, it's unclear where this is even coming from, but the entire palace just shudders a little bit. Everything flickers out of reality. Everything glitches for a moment before it comes back. You have dealt 1 slash of damage to Angela here. And you see in the back of the auditorium, there is a blonde ponytail, a blonde woman just marching down the rows. She is coming towards you. She is reaching out with, like tendrils of light, like a hydra here. Unless you get out of here, like ASAP, she is going to attack.
Okay. Lore question, I guess. How does Inigo have a sense as to how integrated the sin and the host are in terms of like, is the sin its own entity? Is it like it's 1 or 2-dimensional creature separate from Katie, who is like a fully formed 4-dimensional human?
Yeah. So
can I influence Angela through Katie? Like, if I do, I have a sense as to whether I extend compassion to Angela, whether that will do anything, or will that just be me being stupid?
You can, let's see. So generally speaking, it's not a good idea to try that with the sin. Okay. Idols are one of the only sins. Idols and lords are the only sins that you can do that to. So there is a chance that that Angela and Katie are intertwined, where when you execute Angela, she will disappear and Katie will not have that part of herself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If there is the option, you can also just killing Katie wouldn't get rid of the sin. That is also important.
Great. Good to know.
Yeah. But if the only way for Katie to like keep the entirety of herself, and it's usually a traumatic process in itself to
Sure.
have that ripped out of you. You can theoretically convince the sin to unravel and to retreat back into the recesses.
Cool. Then I know what I'm going to do. I will reach out to Angela. So I've got Katie in one hand. I'm going to reach out to Angela with the other as she strides up the center aisle of this auditorium and say, Angela, thank you for protecting Katie for so long. You've done a really good job. You can let go. She's doing better.
She is geared up with this attack. Just this hydra of light behind her. And as you say, let go, she does. She lets go. They all come towards you, but as she hears what you say, it's like she pulls them back a tiny bit. They still spear through you, but you feel a little protected. You feel this cushioning of from having answered and acknowledged everything that that Katie has been dealing with. So you do only take one stress.
Okay. Do I get any benefit from sticking around and talking to Angela?
If you want to,
My connection with her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you want to try.
Let's try. That's a 5.
All right. I mean, what are you trying to get here to do with this?
I'm trying to get her to dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing Angela as a protector, like as someone whose goal is to ensure that Katie survives. A rather narrow definition of Katie, but that Katie continues. And in order for Katie to change such that she can integrate this trauma, it is true in a way that she needs to die. Like she needs to die in her current self. Mm-hmm. So that, like, that's the only way change can happen. And so Angela needs to release her hold on Katie. So I'm hoping that by acknowledging the work that Angela has been and is doing, that will help Angela feel like she's fulfilled.
Okay. Angela does get, she wants to protect Katie. It's true. That is why she is here. She is, her purpose is to be Katie's idol, to be her best friend, to be the person who makes life worth living. And hearing that from you makes her recoil. I've started a talisman here that I'm going to call Dissolution. So you have achieved 1 tick on that with, you rolled a 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you. Yeah, for sure. That is, you know what? I'll call that 2 ticks because 5, you need a 4 plus, so that is 2 ticks. But the thing is that the idol needs to be, the idol will not do anything. No sin is going to listen to anybody until they are at your mercy. and they are only at your mercy once you have filled their execution talisman. You're making inroads here
That can be used later.
that can be used later.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That is helpful.
She sees that and is not ready to give Katie up. She strikes through you with that light and disappears into a different mirror. And I think with that, we'll go through a mirror to Jux.
Okay. So, what am I looking at? I'm in this darkened void with triangular mirrors floating all around me, a golden string going through my core and going into one of these mirrors.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's actually not a darkened void. It's actually like bright and sunny and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, because it still feels like you're in the yoga dome. It's 2 p.m., but
Okay.
it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
There are fragments of other realities, of other yous that could have been, which is something I imagine Jux is probably a little used to.
Yeah. Yeah. And the string is leading to what is the string leading to?
It is, so if you look behind you, you recognize, this is another memory. I remember that. The string shows which of the options you've taken, which mirrors you've taken in the past. And so it's just showing your life trajectory. These are all the ones that you could have been. Here's what you've chosen. If you move forward, the string is pointing towards the mirror that is the memory of what actually happened, the choice you made.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, looking at that mirror in front of me, I think Jux at first, they look down and kind of trying to piece together what's going on, and then look towards this string leading out. And as they look at that mirror that represents that choice that they made, that kind of kicked off their entire trajectory into Cain, the kind of thing that happened before they were picked up by Cain. I think that Jux has a sinking feeling knowing what that memory is. And looking at it, I think the triangular reflection, as it's sort of like rotating around to shimmer and show Jux, it starts to crack and fragment a bit, and within it there is, how much of the memory should I describe? Like, is this just going to be a singular moment? Like
however much feels relevant to the path forward.
Then what Jux sees as it's starting to crack and the kind of shine materializes into a shape that's not Jux. We just see a figure sprawled out, and as the features start to become clear, we can see that there is a dark spot in the center of the forehead, and there is a splash of Technicolor paint that is spattering out behind the head, and the face itself looks blank, dead. And resting in the hand of this figure is a simple firearm. The face is handsome, dark curly hair, thick eyebrows, but there is no life in the eyes, and the mouth is slightly open. And Jux is just starting to shake. And they will turn around in the opposite direction and see suddenly, as a sort of domino effect of mirrors kind of extends out in front of them, and within each reflected image there's just these little vignettes of what looks to be a kind of lanky kid, you know, late teens, probably almost early 20s, with wild blonde hair, bad acne, and they are looking with that typical Jux expression, wild-eyed, big grin, and they're sort of arm in arm with the figure we just saw lying there with the bullet hole in the head. And they are clearly getting up to hijinks, and it's these vignettes of them together, just multiple memories of them developing a bond. And there are quiet moments in there as well. I just start to look around, frantically trying not to acknowledge these memories that are connected to these strings, desperately looking for the thing that I'm here for, which is Angela. What do I see as I start trying to avoid these memories that are linked to me?
Just like with Inigo, if you see other versions of what could have happened. In one of them, just slightly to the side of it, you see a version where Jux's friend is there and is older with Jux.
And if I can add to this,
Yeah.
I think in that image, it's clear that there is, it looks like it's a wedding, and Jux's friend is just smiling so broadly, embracing Jux, and sort of turning back around to face what looks to be a like a is facing another man who has these like chiseled features, stockier, shorter than Jux's friend, but both of them are wearing these very like I think very like atypical suits. I'm not great with fashion descriptions, but
as in atypical, as in brightly colored.
I think they're brightly colored, and like, you know, in fact, I'm gonna say that Jux's friend actually looks like they're wearing so the other man is wearing like a suit that is a nice bright color, and Jux's friend is actually wearing something that looks similar to like what Jux would wear now, very you know, no sleeves, really exposing the shoulders and the neck, some nice jewelry, makeup, and yeah, Jux's friend is facing this other man and is looking, beaming with happiness, and Jux is just shaking there, seeing this, and it's like, stop, fuck you, stop, and is turning to try to go in a different direction.
Okay. At every point, there are just these mirrors, and when you touch it, there's a little bit of surface tension. It doesn't feel quite like glass. It's like it feels as if you pushed harder, you could just sink into it.
I think Jux
Only there's one that you can walk through without resistance, and that is the one that happened. Either forward or back.
Then Jux is going to whip around and start walking back through the memories, pushing aside these mirrors until they get to one that they recognize, and is going to stride right through it. And as they sort of wash into it, if I am seeing a memory from my past, do I see myself, or am I taking the position of my old self?
How does Jux deal with that? So Katie sees herself in third person. Katie is removed from herself, but that could be different for Jux.
I think Jux is going to see. I think it's going to be in third person, and I think what happens is, as a viewer, as Jux steps through this, we see Jux's form, their current, I think at this point their Skylar form is completely dissolved away, and they're just now in their, what we first met Jux as, long neck, slender features, and as they push through this and step into what looks to be a like a very classic I think teenage, like, late teens going into college bedroom that's kind of a mess. There's lots of posters on the walls. There's lots of really bright, like, splash art and graffiti art that clearly looks like it was just made out in the backyard, that's been, like, haphazardly placed all around the walls. There's a dingy little desk and computer in a corner that's covered in, like, papers and cans and dirty dishes. And as Jux steps into this environment, their form just suddenly shifts and dissolves into a like very minimal features, almost like mannequin-esque, with kind of a shimmer to it that's sort of reflecting the environment around it. And standing in front of Jux is Jux's friend, which for the ease of this, I think as Jux steps in, Jux is shaking and will say, "Oh God, Phoenix, I'm so sorry." And as that happens, the door to this bedroom opens as Phoenix is sitting at the computer and turns around as the door opens, and we see the other man stepping through. Looks much younger, but he's stepping through, has kind of a serious face on, and steps up towards Phoenix as Phoenix turns around and goes, "Hey, Carlos, I wasn't expecting to see you here. It's great to have you around. I thought we were meeting up later." And this other figure, Carlos, looking somber, steps up. And I don't know, this is for you and you. I don't like Jux is going to is shaking, and I think is going to attempt to intervene here. What happens? Jux starts to lunge towards Carlos.
Oh, okay. This. Yeah, I mean, how? So Jux is starts to lunge towards Carlos,
So
in a threatening manner.
Yeah, Jux lunge. So let me know what happens. This is Jux intended. Jux lunges towards Carlos, hands out, and goes to throttle Carlos, fully leaping and trying to wrap their hands around Carlos's neck and tackle him to the ground.
And what does Jux want to happen? What is the best case scenario here for Jux?
To fucking stop myself from being a selfish prick. At all costs.
And does that involve killing Carlos?
Maybe. Let's take it one step at a time. What happens as I lunge towards Carlos and try to throttle him?
He is startled. He is taken aback.
Okay, so I am able to make contact?
Yes.
Okay.
You are able to make contact.
I tackle Carlos, fall to the ground, have my hands squeezing around his neck, and this again mannequin-esque face, I think just it starts to ripple and almost droplets of mercury are coming out, and Jux is squeezing and is just you stupid fucking bastard, you don't know what you're doing. And Carlos's features begin to shift and melt as they struggle into that pimply blonde-haired version of Jux.
There is, I think young Jux is not fighting back. The point of this here, this is Jux's playground to do with as they wish, to recreate a memory or a reality, however it is that they want.
Does Phoenix react to this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Phoenix is okay. So the thing here is that you have narrative control here.
Okay.
So however it is that Jux wanted Phoenix to react in something like this, what is Jux feeling, self-loathing? Is Jux feeling?
Yes. So if I have narrative control, then I think what happens then is that I think there is this. I think there's this sudden pulse of sort of the air ripples around Jux, choking Jux to death here, and much like Jux's power, we've seen the entire environment around these two figures suddenly just unravels into its constituent parts, including Phoenix. So it's just suddenly nervous system, heart, circulatory system, all the walls, the studs, the computers, everything just kind of explodes outwards into all these little pieces, except for the two Juxes that are there. And as Jux is and the life is starting to drain from the eyes of the one on the floor, Jux collapses down, and the two meld together, and the one on the ground takes a huge breath in and is going to stand up, and then everything goes back, shifts back into its place, and Jux is now standing there panting as Phoenix is looking confused. What the fuck? Jux? What the fuck just happened? You were, what? I just saw Carlos standing right here. And Jux, panting, looks up. Surprise. Yeah, I've been wanting to tell you this for a while. I kind of have some things going on. But hey, I was just pulling. I was just fucking with you. Coming here. Yeah, we need to. We got to talk about all this. But you know, I just. I just wanted to say, you know, I'm really excited for you and Carlos. You know, I'm looking forward to what you guys are gonna do together. I know you're gonna be moving away after the summer, but you know, that's awesome. I don't know. I just thought I'd fuck with you. And yeah, I'm happy for you guys. I'll see you around. I'm sorry. I'll see you later. I'm gonna try to leave.
You can leave. You can definitely, you can leave whenever you want. You can sense the direction that Angela is in, and you like the string is showing you like exactly the path to take. You get the feeling that if you did follow that string all the way to its end, it would take you to where you all were, all of the exorcists, back in front of Angela. And all of these mirrors are here to tempt you into changing things that cannot actually be changed.
I think before stepping out of the room, I turn around to face Phoenix. And I'm just gonna bum rush him and tackle him in a big hug and squeeze him. I'm sorry, I lied to you. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. I miss you. I'll see you. And let go. And I'm just gonna sprint in the other direction and just, if I can burst out through this memory and just start pushing past all the memories, just following that line, I want to get to Angela. And as I'm running towards that direction, my features are beginning to shift and elongate once more into what I see myself as now.
Beautiful. And I think with that, then we shift through another mirror to see Kat, who cannot see auras anymore, and so cannot see its string. The shell has no string, but the sword can still sense where Angela is. And yeah, so Kat can still sort of tell which direction to go, or it recognizes memories and etc. But you're just surrounded by all of these mirrors. What does Cat do?
I think. I've been trying to think about how an entity without a body would move through this space and like conceptualize moving through this space. And I think it feels like instead of moving through space, the sword remembers what it was before. And then it's kind of like moving back and forth on a like movie timeline track. And so I think we get flashes, or not flashes, we get a scene of a young child underneath a freeway overpass picking up soda cans, putting them on a like traffic divider, and taking a stick and then just hitting the soda can off, and then picking up another can and putting it on the divider and hitting the can off, and just doing this obsessively. The sword is the stick in this case. The sword, Cat was this action, was caught in this repetition of motion. I think we get another scene of the same child watching a clip on YouTube of an episode of Power Rangers, where the Red Power Ranger uses their sword to cut through the enemy robot, and it falls in two, and then just rewind and then watch it again, and then rewind and watch it again. I think we get the same child now in a cement cell in Castle under the custody of Cain, sitting in a corner, looking at the air in front of itself, eyes just like darting, watching this cut. The shell is motionless, but the cut is still happening. The motion is still being practiced. It's like an eddy in the wake of a boat that never stops. Perpetual motion, perpetual sequence of cuts.
Is the sword currently doing any cutting? Are you cutting through the mirrors, or is this all like a film?
I think this is like film. Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not sure how it interfaces with this space now and like following this thread. Mm-hmm. Maybe it sees itself as a point on this line, and it knows what to do when there's a line in front of it. Mm-hmm. It will cut this line in twain, just sliding along it.
All right. Okay.
Following the path of least resistance.
Okay. If you... Okay. That is... Okay, so following through the line. So these are memories that are being viewed, not necessarily memories that are being cut, right? I need to know this specifically, because now that Cat is a sword, Cat is a double-edged sword.
I'm not sure the answer to that. I don't know really what that means.
Okay. That is fine. This is a metaphysical space. We can decide what that actually means later. So there is a point when Cat is just moving forward through its line, when every so often memories that are not Cat's own come into view, and Cat is thrown bodily into them. Somebody else's sensation, somebody else's thoughts and dreams and desires.
Oh, those
And-
aren't important. Let's just cut those away. Don't need those.
Great, cool. Oh my god. Okay, one of those you recognize as sequoias, but you can just keep cutting.
Who?
You can cut that.
Sequoia who?
Yeah. Okay. So cutting, just cutting.
I think so.
Wow, I am out of talismans here. So I'm going to get rid of your oral hallucinations, and I'm going to make this the cultists. And they get 4, actually. Yeah. So that I'm just gonna say that straight up just does damage to Sequoia. Just not
Oops.
even knowing, just cutting through her.
A sharpened blade. I don't know what it's cutting through. Doesn't even notice. It just slices.
Incredible. So I mean, if Cat wants to, Cat can end up at the point where, okay, so if Cat is just moving forward fast,
Yeah, I
at a
think
certain, yes,
a sword is directed by the person who wields it, and I think Cain wields Cat, or Cat understands that it is wielded by Cain right now.
yes, is okay. So, who did you meet first among your teammates? Did you meet Inigo or Jux first?
Probably Inigo.
All right. So,
Oh, what if
Cat-
it was? No, first thought, best thought. Yes.
yeah, first thought, best thought. First thought, too late to change it. So, Cat can't see this, but as the sword, Cat's sword, is cutting along its own line, it intersects with, yes, with Inigo's thread, and Cat is thrown into its memory of meeting Inigo for the first time. Is that also cut away?
I think what's interesting here is the blade moves towards this thread. How does the jacket that Inigo lent Cat manifest here? I think the sword cuts through an arm of the jacket and downy stuffing falls out. And this makes the sword pause. It didn't mean to do that. That jacket kept it warm. That jacket was unnecessary to be given to it. And yet it was. This Cat pauses at this moment. Stuffing and like downy like feathers just like cut cleanly in half, I think, just slowly falling, and considers. And I think it withdraws for a moment.
Does it continue to follow the path in a more gentle manner, or does it just...
I think the shell, it like coalesces into the shell, and the shell of Cat picks up this coat and considers it and wraps it over the shell's shoulders, and just sits there unmoving, I think, drawn to a warmth without thought or consideration behind it.
So, Inigo, you feel your thread being plucked, and you get an echo of that memory. And you know that it is Cat. You and Katie have exited her memory, and are still following her string. You see that your string has readjusted, and you still see the path moving forward, even though it should make no sense spatially. And you still see all of these like pivotal memories of your triumphs and humiliations, your desires, all of the things that you wish could have happened, and then Katie's one memory. If you'd like, you can keep moving through the memories with her, and with yes.
I want to pick up Cat. If Cat's
Yeah.
here, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to do a fate roll to see how close Cat actually is to where you are. 6 is closer, 1 is further. Okay. So you have to go through 3 other mirrors before you find where Cat is. And they're more of the same, more of Katie's little Katie's important memories that you are there simply to just witness, unless you want to do anything else.
Yeah, I want to... I don't trust Cat to take other people into account. But I do trust Cat to stick with a singular action. Do I sense movement from Cat, or is Cat doing something in a singular place?
Cat, the shell is sitting, right?
Yeah, I think at the moment the shell is stationary.
Okay.
Its advance has been halted.
In that case, I'm going to bear witness for Katie. And whenever she feels ready to move forward, I will move forward towards Cat with her. I want to make sure that Katie gets what she needs to out of these memories.
Yeah, she is. Her thread is still orange, and she is reliving parts of her childhood and her adolescence when things seemed easier in retrospect. And you come out of that last mirror, it's her first breakup, and she's still gently crying a little bit, but is clearly happy to not have to go through this again alone. And you see Cat there, wearing a down jacket with one arm ripped off, sitting at the intersection of your 2 strings.
Cat.
Team member.
Yeah, what'd you do to my jacket?
I didn't mean to.
Are you okay? I don't know if I've ever known you to cut without meaning to.
I don't know. Where am I? Where are we?
You know, those are great questions for other people to figure out the answers to. I'm gonna take your hand. Where's Jux?
I've not seen anyone else.
Okay. Well, let's keep going, shall we? Just glancing between my two my two children here.
You have the host.
Yeah. Just we're making progress, I think.
We can follow her to the sin. We have a mission.
Yeah. We're doing it.
Okay.
Let's find Jux. And keep going.
Where? Oh, well, so Inigo, now you can see both Katie's and also Kat's like choices, their memories. But Kat
Mhm.
can only see its own because it's narcissistic. So Jux, have you been running backwards? Where is Jux now?
I am running towards where I sense Angela to be.
Okay.
So I guess I'm running forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Going through the paths, ignoring the could have beens. Now that Jux has had a little bit of catharsis with Phoenix.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, yeah. I think as they're running through these memories towards Angela, there is a thought building in Jux's head. There is a desperate hope. What if these are more than just memories? What if these can be realities with some manipulation, from forces that Jux is only just beginning to understand? And I think that there is this desperate hope building in Jux as they sense Angela getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I am able to find Angela, but that Jux's goal right now is to find Angela.
Yeah, as Jux is thinking that, they start to hear a whisper, a little bit of like, it can all be true. We can make it happen for you. And out of the corner of your eye, you are not where the entirety of Angela is, but you see a flash of blonde in one of the mirrors.
I skid to a halt and I run up to that mirror. What do I see?
It is what does Jux want most at this point in their life?
Jux wants... I guess what Jux sees is... Jux is in an old pickup truck in the passenger seat with the window down, driving through some arid landscape with towering mesas and striated rocks all around. The flatbed is filled with all sorts of gear, camping gear and bits and bobs. And Carlos is driving and is smiling broadly and reaches over and turns up the knob on the radio with like a shitty cassette adapter connected to an MP3 player, and is just cranking the volume up on some music as they drive through the desert on a lonely road.
As if coming through the radio, you hear Angela's voice. All of this, it could be yours. You don't have to be their dog.
Can you bring him back?
You can just live in here. Everything's real here.
No. Can you bring him back?
Of course I can.
You can change. You can change the past. You promise. You can do that for me.
I can only do that if I'm whole.
Show your fucking face. Stop talking through me and these fucking riddles and puzzles. Show your fucking face. I'm gonna.
The scene disappeared. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the mirror and sure, I guess the scene disappears.
Yeah.
Is it a reflection?
It's a reflection, and then your face melts away the way it does when you're shedding a skin, and it's Angela underneath.
Hi.
Hello. It's nice to finally meet you, Jux.
What guarantees can you give me?
I can give you anything you want, but you have to play by the rules. Everything falls apart if you don't follow the rules.
Really? Is that so?
Something tells me you already know that's true. You can leave your weird little friends behind and come hang out with us, where anything you want can be true and you don't have to be yourself. I saw what you did. That's why everybody's here. Because they want to strangle themselves. Or some part of them. I can bring him back. Either in here, but if that's not good enough for you, we can find a different way to bring him back. There are so many empty vessels.
Yeah. You're looking at one. I'm gonna try to shatter the mirror.
All right. Yeah, just psychically or just with your hands or with what?
Psychically.
Yeah, okay.
I want to try to shatter this aspect of Angela that's in front of me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Do you have a psyche burst or are you rolling sin?
Oh god. I'm rolling sin. I got 4 slots left. We're totally good. So I roll a d3.
Yeah, roll a d3.
Yeah.
What can go wrong?
I mean, it's fine. It's. I rolled a 3, so I still have 1 more slot left.
Smiley! Oh my god, we better have a sin overflow. Okay, cool.
And then do I need to roll?
Yeah, and so then you roll a psyche too. So
do I?
it is no longer hard.
It's not hard. Okay, and
It's not hard.
Okay. And is there anything I can do to give myself an extra die or no?
If you are trying to use a specific power in a way, if you haven't tapped into your divine agony yet.
If I can, I mean, ooh, this is probably a new scene. I was gonna say if my filter power is still up, but that only lasts for 1 scene, and this is definitely a new scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I guess just 1d then, I guess. So, okay, here we go. A 6.
Okay. Yeah. You are clearly pissed, and that is empowering hell. You smash her to. I mean, do you want to take narrative control?
Yeah,
here?
I mean,
I
think what happens is my hands slam against the mirror, and there's spider webs out, and then as I press, much like my ability to disassemble things, the mirror just like turns into essentially a misted snow. Like the mirror becomes so fine in its glass fragments, it just and just sprays outwards, sparkling in the shimmering light of this, space around us. And I think we see like a wide of just Jux's form like this, and the reflection below, mimicking it, but the reflection below is just that sort of mercurial mannequin form as the sparkling shards of mirror just extend outwards in a similar blasting splash to the paint that we saw behind Phoenix's head.
Yeah, beautiful. That is. Oh, we're pretty much at time, so I feel like I want that to be the last image here.
Okay.
But if you quickly, Inigo. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh, I forgot something important for Inigo.
Do you need to roll like a risk die or anything when I do
Oh
that?
yeah, I do. Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. So let's do that. So you dealt 3 slashes to Angela.
Amazing.
As the mirror goes. Did I only put down 2?
I don't know. I wasn't looking. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Olive was just making a
3.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So risk die. Man, you were just lucky here. The shards go everywhere. And in each shard, a little bit of Angela is reflected. It's that kaleidoscope again. And as it flies out around you, some of those shards just cut you. And as they do, you can hear her saying, like, "You'll be back. You'll come back. This isn't what you want." That does 2 damage.
Okay.
2 stress.
That. Let me see where I'm at. I think I'm still okay. Yeah, I have 1 pip left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have 1 pip left in stress and 1 pip left in sin. Doing great.
Doing great. This is beautiful. So, Jux, with the shards of mirror everywhere, like a glitter cloud. Inigo and Kat and Katie, or I guess following like the yellow brick road to go see the yoga wizard. Cat still wearing the jacket with one arm. Yes, or the shell wearing a jacket with one arm. The sword is out.
I think in this space, the sword doesn't appear to be present.
Ah, okay. Okay.
The sword was halted and reminded that it had another form once when confronted with the jacket.
Mm-hmm. And Inigo, because you have been following Katie's path this whole time, your own string has gotten a little timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. But as you walk forward a little bit more, you see this... Oh gosh, what is it? You see a string that intersects your own, and as you cross it, you get a glimpse of the first time you met JD.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Shall we do that next time?
I think next time. But that is our ending image. 2 out of 3 exorcists are together. Jux is hanging on by a thread, so to speak. And the tessellating mirrors of this mirror maze geodesic dome reaches out into infinity. Everything is sort of imbued with this kind of golden light, except for where it has been shattered. And with that, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching, for being in chat. We'll be around same time next week, Wednesday at 7:30 PST.
Next week, announcement is our 5th anniversary. We're turning 5, y'all. We're
5
turning
years old.
5 years old.
So we won't be playing Cain, we'll be playing something else. Right?
No. I think we're gonna finish Cain. I think
We gotta finish
That's it. That's it.
Cain.
We're gonna finish Cain.
We're gonna do the finale.
We're gonna finish Cain.
I think we're gonna do the finale on our anniversary. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Enyo?
No. I think this is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like we're close to the finale? Like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to do this 2 years in a row? Are we going to have the finale of a campaign on our anniversary 2 years in a row?
That would be
Hell
awesome.
yeah. That would be so great.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it work. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going to manifest this.
Good vibes only.
Yeah, good vibes only. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Night.